Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Dungeon Nytes, episode unnumbered. 'Tis a Halloween special. We are currently gathered here this evening on All Hallows Eve. And so we decided to do something a little spoopy, a little different, but still with our Dungeon Nytes Fist of Phandalin campaign crew. So, welcome. Sit back, relax, enjoy yourselves. If you guys are catching this on the YouTubes, please make sure you are subscribing, and hitting the notification icon. If you are here in Twitch chat, we appreciate you. Also, just letting you know that if you're not aware that there's a second campaign starting up, you should look for that as well. Monday nights, same time, same place, also on the same YouTubes. Streaming, actually exclusively on YouTube.
Yeah, not the same place, really.
All right.
Live, anyway.
Here we go. Last we left our crew, they were stumbling around Nomengard. They had happened across a table with limbs devouring a gnome. Gotiruks, you ran. You said you ran. I need you to give me a dex check.
7. Oh, wait, I did it in the wrong spot. I'll take it elsewhere. All right, I'll take that. 22 or 21.
I'm going to take the 7 this time.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Gotiruks, as you rounded the corner, you tripped on one of the steps leading back up. And in your haste, smacked your head so hard on the step that you blacked out. When you came to, Gotiruks, the entirety of the party is in a room, much like the room you spent the evening in. There are cots all around you, except they're empty. As you look around, you see the party. You're all there, and you are all waking. The room is dark. There is one door. It is a solid door, reinforced with metals. Opposite you, you can see out through a small opening and hear the rushing waves of the waterfall. Have fun.
Oh, I don't like this one bit. My head hurts. The rest of the party is
You all are there.
Are they awake?
You're all
Are
waking.
they waking up? Oh. What, did y'all kill the demon table without me?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The table, mouth.
What table?
I think I need to go back to sleep.
Haven't you slept enough?
Probably. So what are we here for again?
I'm here for breakfast. Let's
Food.
see.
Sounds good. Let's go.
All right, try and open the door. Is the door locked?
Are you trying to open the door? Or are you telling Gotiruk to open the door?
No, I said I'm trying to open the door.
Cataract, Bamir, as you move over to the door, you realize the door does not have a handle on your side. As you push against the door, it does not budge.
Move Bamir out of the way. And let me show you how it's done. And I try to ram the door. Break it down.
I want you to give me a strength check.
$18.
Gotiruk, you see Bamir move out of the way. You lower your shoulder and you run as hard as you can and slam into the door. Your body recoils as you fall backwards, unable to budge the door. You see bits of falling kind of dust around the door.
Where were you trying to show me there?
Stupid door stuck. Can't you magic it? Leif, why don't you do something?
I go up to the door. Is there like a keyhole or anything that I can see the other side?
There is. There is
Okay, look.
a keyhole.
Look through the keyhole.
As you look through the keyhole, you see darkness on the other side. You can see only about 5 feet ahead of you through the hallway.
Okay. I misty step to the other side of the door.
It doesn't work.
As in
What's
like
the door made out of?
as in like the spell goes off, but nothing happens.
As in, you try to cast a spell, and it doesn't work.
What's the door made out of?
Leif, you attempt to Misty Step as you peer through this hole. And as you do, you are made aware by a searing sensation on your wrists that there are 2 bands on your forearms that were not there when you had gone to sleep previously. They have a series of runes on them that have reacted to you casting magic.
Oh, new jewelry, and it's not fun. Guys, I don't think I can cast magic.
I look at my wrists. Do I have strappy things on them too?
Yes. Everyone is wearing the same manacles.
What do the runes look like?
They are in a kind of language that you don't seem to be able to perceive, but they are kind of scrawled, completely circular around with various breaks in either directions.
Is it possible to squeeze one off of my hand, or is it stuck there?
As you attempt to remove the manacle, the front seems to squeeze tighter around your wrist, as if it's shrinking, resisting you taking it off.
Okay. Well,
I have my gear. Where's my axe?
seems like we're in a bit of a pickle.
Gotiruks, you look around you and you reach behind for your axe, and it's not there. You reach for your hand axes. They're not there. You look on your body, and though you're still wearing your attire, you have no weapons.
Oh no. Do I not have the staff of defense on me?
The rest of you see Gotiruks pawing for weapons and check yourselves and realize that your weapons and items are gone as well.
Sweet. Down to 12 AC.
Unequipped all that stuff.
Are you still wearing our armor?
Yes.
Do I still have my gauntlets on?
Yes.
Did they find my luck stone?
If it was in a pouch, it is gone.
It was in a pocket.
Okay.
Then you still have it.
Cool. I have nothing and 12 AC. We're good to go.
Oh,
Mine's 13 without my shield, so
Yeah.
fun times.
well, we can't cast spells, but is your phase step really spell casting, or can you do it?
Styria will try to face step. And she'll try to do what Leif was trying to do. She'll look through the keyhole and try to face step out.
What type of magic is face step?
It's an ability.
It's an ability.
That should be the racial ability for the Eladrin, right?
Yeah, it's a racial ability.
I can double check real quick.
It just says once it doesn't,
No,
like, you can magically teleport. But it's a racial ability, so I don't know how that would work.
yeah, just magically teleport. It's like the Fae version of Misty Step.
Mm-hmm.
Asteria, you make your way over to the door. And as you peer down through the hole, you will yourself to face step. You can feel searing pain on your wrists. However, you are successful. As you move to where you can see on the other side, you are in complete darkness, and your dark vision does not seem to be working. All you see around you are stone walls, like you're in a cave tunnel, and the door behind you.
Well, I made it to the other side. Is the door open? Like, she tries to open the door. I know she can't see, but like feeling around for where the doorknob.
You just
would
can't
be.
see very far. You can see about 5 feet in front of you. As you examine the door, you see that there is a key hanging on the wall next to the door.
I will take the key and open the door.
As you insert the key into the lock, it opens.
I'll take the key out of the door and hold on to it.
The key
Well?
does not budge. It stays in the door.
Okay then.
And the door opened up on its own.
This is weird. I don't like this. I
Hey.
step through, like, oh, door. It's really dark out here. I can't really see.
Yep. Which is weird.
Yeah. This is kind of weird shit we find at home. I don't like this. Should we go?
Lemire, when you tried to slip out of your manacles, what'd they do?
He just got tighter.
Leif would like to try and slip out of his as well. To see them getting tighter.
Same thing happens.
He would like to then shape change into what was his name? Brugor? Was the orc, right?
Mm-hmm.
Really big dude? Yeah, he's gonna shape change into Brugor so his wrists get very large and muscly. Trying to break them.
As you kind of change your form, you can feel your body expanding. And as your body expands, the manacles expand with you.
This didn't really work. He shape changes back.
And they resize themselves to your form.
Suppose they can't turn into any animals then. That's the case.
There's something I could like swing, hit the manacles on, wall, corner.
Stone walls.
I mean, not something flat because it wouldn't put the pressure all over my arm. I want something kind of cornered. The door frame? Time against the door frame?
As you investigate the door frame, you do see that there is kind of a sharp angle at where the door closed that you could attempt that on.
I want to attempt that.
Roll to hit.
To hit?
Yep.
So, unarmed strike.
Gonna reckless attack it.
Yeah. It's a 19.
You connect with the door as you kind of swing kind of one arm and kind of put your hand on your arm to kind of shove it in there and make it just a even harder hit. And as you do, and you connect with the corner of this door frame, you hear this and you feel this magical force push back on you, and it literally throws you 10 feet back into the room. And you are prone, and you are hurt. Your ears are ringing.
Here's down at Gotiruk. I don't think it worked.
Just gonna snarl.
Looks like
And get up.
the
Or at least
hallway
try to
went
get up.
down to a tunnel.
As you guys are sitting there, and Gotiruks, you make this big blast, you start to hear the sound of kind of drumming and chanting from down the hallway.
I don't like the sound of that, but I'm assuming we're gonna have to go check it out anyway.
Yeah. We gotta figure out how to get out of wherever we are.
Am I the only one that can't see down the hall?
Nope.
Very far either.
Is this what it's like for you all the time?
Eh?
What?
Hey, you have dark vision too, remember?
Yeah.
Everyone has dark vision.
Everybody in our party has dark vision. I have 120,
I don't know why I forgot.
90 for Ashin, and then everyone else has 60.
Oh, I'm still here, by the way, guys. I know you probably can't see me. Sorry.
Gotten
We're
used
used
to
to
it.
you disappearing.
You're visible.
I can see you just fine.
How?
Magic.
I do think we should be careful, however. Can't heal anyone.
Nope. I'm going back to bed. I'm going back in the room.
I don't know what has gone on, but I'm sure I don't want to be in these manacles, and I want to find out whoever put them on me.
How did we even get
Good
into the
luck getting them
manacles?
off.
Did we just wake up with these?
That's
Like,
what I
what
did.
happened last night?
I don't remember.
The music continues from down the hallway.
Well, let's go. Just head towards the music.
So creepy
Grab
music,
Leif.
and that's the way we want to go. Okay.
I'd like to put a hand on Leif's shoulder. Stop him.
Stops.
I think I should go first.
I mean,
I
I
don't need magic.
can see further than you.
Can he? We can't.
I can see twice as far with dark vision.
Pretty sure dark vision doesn't matter right now.
Dark vision does not work right now.
Oh, I haven't looked around the corner yet, so I have no idea.
How about we don't worry about who's first, we just go. Because sitting in this room...
I
Isn't
don't need
helping.
magic to take a hit.
Okay,
And he'll start
well, you
leading.
can still die if you get hit, because no one can heal you. So be careful.
Starts
No.
walking out of the room. Slowly.
What do the rest of you do?
Just follow him.
Yep.
Down the hallway.
Ashin?
Leaps.
Not good.
I will begrudgingly follow in protest.
Ashin, as the last one to leave the room, you hear the sound of the door close behind you. And the
I'd like to
key-
turn around and take the key out.
The key is gone.
Oh, cute. Hey, the key's gone. Door shut.
We didn't really need to go back in there.
I mean, yeah.
At least we could see in there. Somewhat. I'm just gonna feel along the wall and just follow it. Slowly so they can still keep up with me and know where I am.
If only I was a warlock.
Gotiruk, you kind of make your way down this tunnel, keeping this very close cone of vision in your periphery. As you walk on for probably a few minutes, time is really hard to tell when you're stuck in the dark. Just taking one step in front of the other, the sound gets louder and louder in your ears, and you start to see light in front of you. And as you approach the light in the room, the music stops. Before you, as you come to the mouth of this cave tunnel, is a room that opens up, clearly hewn from rock. The room is circular. Standing in the center of the room are 5 what looked like robed figures in a circle, seemingly evenly spaced out around some kind of runic markings on the floor, with one additional robed figure kind of propped up higher in the center. They don't seem to notice you, and they are not moving.
Gonna look back and make sure the party sees what I'm seeing. Not say anything because I don't want to give us away, but looking for assurance that I'm not going insane.
For point of reference, Gotiruk and party, you're entering this room, and if you were to kind of make this room a compass, you're coming in from kind of the northeast. Gotiruk, as you look around, you can see that there are additional what look like tunnels directly kind of to where north would be, to where northwest would be, to where west would be, and then there appears to be a larger set of tunnels that is kind of conjoined to the south and southeast. But they are all pitch black, dark. You cannot see anything more than just the fact that they exist.
Whisper as quietly as possible. What should we do?
Amir will reflexively try and cast message and then hurt himself. And then whisper quietly back, I don't know.
Of course you don't.
Do you think there are captors? Do the runes that are on the floor look similar to the ones that are on these armbands?
Yes. Mimir, you kind of take a look and you see this kind of what looks to be a large circle kind of encasing what is almost a kind of distorted three-pronged kind of wavy symbol. It appears to kind of, the prongs kind of have a very, I don't know, kind of ringed, ridged kind of appearance to them, where the outside ring is smooth.
Okay.
These robed figures still have not moved, have not made a sound, and have not acknowledged you.
How hard can you punch?
I'm more of a sword guy.
That's what I was afraid of.
Because I haven't tried. Stereo would like to try to wild shape.
What do you attempt to wild shape into?
Bear.
Styria, you are able to successfully change into a bear. You kind of have this static that starts to build around you, and it feels different than normal somehow. But you, like, it takes longer, like it's fighting you, like it's resisting you. But the change does come. Your kind of limbs extend and grow, and as they do, these manacles sear into the flesh of your forearms, but they do expand, eventually succumbing to the shape of the bear.
Kind of looks up at Gotiruk and gives a bear shrug. Just kind of waits. Because they haven't noticed us, right?
Never reacted to us.
They
At
have
least.
not done anything.
Maybe we should go say hi.
Do I still have my bear tooth necklace?
Yes.
That being provided as a weapon. It's a
I mean, anything can be a weapon if you try hard enough.
fat tooth.
Sure.
Take it off and give it to Ashin.
What am I gonna do with this?
It's better than nothing. You cut. Stab.
I'm not that type of guy. I
Can't use
shoot
daggers.
things.
It's like a dagger.
Yeah, I throw them.
Okay. I tried. Keep it for myself then.
All right. Should we try and talk to them first, or should we throw with punches?
I mean, we could just say hi.
Okay. I guess I'll try. And so Bamir, looking behind him to make sure that Gotiruk is still there, will walk out into the room.
Bamir, you walk out of the room and there is no reaction.
Hello. Are you all the reason that we're here? Why have you bound us?
Still nothing.
Hello? I'm talking to you, and he'll go up and tap one on the shoulder.
Bamir, as you approach this group of 6 figures, you start to get a better idea of kind of what they look like. They are in jet black robes that have hoods that come up and cover much of their faces. Underneath those hoods across the circle from you, you can see that there is some type of a reptilian nature to it, almost like it has scales. And as you're looking at the kind of imagery on the floor, it is almost snake-like in how the ridges are kind of proportioned. Almost to look like scales. And as you tap the figure on the shoulder, they do not move. They do not react to you at all.
I'm gonna walk up next to Bamir, seeing that they're not doing anything. And
Not the most talkative people. Can I tell what they're trying to do in this circle thing? Maybe make an Arcana check?
Sure. Give me an Arcana check.
That's a 13.
You kind of look around and you do your best to sense magic. But either due to these weird gauntlets inhibiting you or the fact that they're just not using any, you detect nothing. But as you attempt this magic, this detection, the main center leader turns to you, making extremely weird noises.
Stand and behold.
As he says this, the rest of the figures start moving ritualistically in the circle, all making these awful, weird, creepy sounds as they do.
I have to push the one closest to me. Shove.
Roll to hit.
$24.
Gotiruks, you shove one, and it falls flat on its face. You can see that as you do, the hood kind of pulls back, and you get a really kind of good view of this mask that has fallen off and has kind of fallen in front of it by about a foot. The creature in and of itself appears to be human. Normal looking human. However, the skin has been painted green in some stylistic way, and they appear to have tattoos on their neck and on the side of their face to resemble scales. They reach forward, pick up the mask, and the rest of these figures keep their ritual going. This creature stands, puts back on the mask, waits patiently for their turn to come back at the rotation, and continues to join in.
Watch and behold.
The leader
Like,
says
finish
again.
this ritual. I'm grappling the next one that comes close to me.
Go for it.
I don't want them to do this. Actually, how does grapple work? I don't make an attack roll for that. It's athletics.
No, it's a contest.
Yeah, it's my athletics versus their athletics or acrobatics.
Give me a strength check.
Well, athletics.
It's
Yeah.
19.
Gotiruks, the next one kind of comes to you and kind of makes this motion that puts their arms out, and as they do, you kind of are able to reach up underneath and kind of hold on to them. And just as you do, they all stop. The
Tell us
movements
while we're here.
come to an end. And all of them appear to be facing the tunnel to the west. Silence befalls the cavern, and the leader kneels in the center of the circle.
What are you doing?
Me or them?
Them.
Oh.
What is the purpose of this ritual?
You get no reply.
Answer him or I will squeeze you until you pop.
You get no reply. After a few moments of you intensely squeezing, and you can kind of hear the straining of this figure. You hear movement in the distance coming from the tunnel.
I'm going to throw that one down
All
and
that we
look
came
toward
from?
the movement.
No, the tunnel that they're looking at.
Okay.
Throwing that guy down and putting my attention toward the sounds.
Who's there? Reveal yourself.
As you hear this kind of primordial sound, you begin to see something begin to slowly creep out of the darkness. Gotiruk, you see it first. You see glowing yellow eyes that pierce you to your core. And slowly coming out from this tunnel emerges a head that is approximately 6 feet wide and over 5 feet tall in and of itself. And it slithers in and up, filling the cavern, positioning itself right over the nearest robed figure. It clearly looks like some kind of giant serpent with a kind of collage of black and green scales that give off this almost dead but iridescent feel. You can almost feel the weight of the room change as this thing enters, kind of taking up all of this space. It almost sucks the life right out of the room. And then it opens its maw. You can see the jaw unhinge, revealing sharp razor fangs that appear to be 1 to 2 feet in length on their own, accompanied with other rows of razor-sharp teeth. And as it does so, it brings that head right down on top of the nearest robed figure and bites, completely devouring as it does.
When I squeezed that guy, did I happen to feel if he had any weapons on him under his cloak?
He did not.
Theory is just looking at Bamir and Gotiruks, kind of waiting. Like, what should we do?
That is a big snake.
None of the other robed figures appear to be moving. The snake brings back its head, and you can see the feet sticking out of the closed mouth of the serpent. And as it opens its jaws ever so slowly, you can see the feet kind of work its way down, and the body of this figure kind of roll down the underbelly of the serpent.
I'm back up. A good 10, 15 feet and try to pull Bamir back as I do that.
Is this what you wanted us to behold?
You get no response. Gotiruks, as you
Point
turn
doesn't matter.
around, as you turn around and attempt to go back through the tunnel, you can see behind Ashin that the tunnel has been sealed. There is no way back.
I think we should start running, guys.
Maybe.
And go where?
into any of these other tunnels.
Okay, let's go.
So that one came from the west tunnel, did you say? Northwest? West?
Its body is still not completely revealed to you. Only the first probably 15 or 20 feet of this enormous serpent.
How is this room lit?
There are kind of sconces around the outside of the room, lit with fire.
Are they the kind that you can pick up like a torch?
They are the kind that are fixed to the wall.
Are they the kind that Goderic can rip off and use as a torch?
He could certainly try.
Goderic, can you get that thing off the wall?
Nod and run over to it and try to yank that thing off the wall.
Give me a strength check.
Can I assist him?
Sure.
Cool.
Thank
can
you.
have advantage.
Oh, yeah. It's a 23.
Ashin, as you see Godoric run over to the nearest kind of sconce, you can see him pulling, and you just instinctively run over and aid. And as you both grab on, you're able to yank this thing from the wall. It had all of its anchors. You can hear the metal go tink, tink, tink. And as you do, the snake looks at you, fixing both eyes on you. And Ashin, I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Sure. That's a 6.
That's it? No modifier, just 6?
I don't have a modifier.
Ashin, you feel paralyzed, like you can't move. You stand there just holding this sconce as this creature stares into the depths of your soul.
Try to take the sconce. I'm holding onto it too. What are you doing, Ashin? We need to go now.
Godoric, as you're kind of pulling on the sconce and kind of shaking Ashin, the snake, focused on Ashin, blinks and goes to the next robed figure. To its left, your right. And same thing. Arcs its head and devours the next person. In the same motion, extending its head up, devouring the legs, and you can see the body start to work its way down.
Now is not the time for you to be frozen in fear.
Ashin,
Let's
you're released from whatever sway this serpent had on you.
Yeah, can we go? And then I'm gonna take off running.
He's gonna steer the bear. He's gonna follow.
I'm right behind him.
Which direction?
It came from which tunnel?
The
Where
west.
did it come from?
Came from the western
West.
tunnel.
We came
the
from-
northeast.
I mean, so let me get. I'm going to correct that. It came from more the northwestern tunnel. The western tunnel, the southern kind of conglomerate of tunnels are open, as well as the north tunnel.
Wait, what? So where are the tunnels
What
now
about the-
then? Because I'm confused.
Is there not a tunnel on the east?
The tunnel from the east is the tunnel that, there is no eastern tunnel for one.
Okay.
You came from the northeastern tunnel that is now
Northeast,
closed.
All
Northwest.
right.
Okay.
So you can go to the north. There are two tunnels to the south, one that leads more direct south and one that leads southeast. and then there is a tunnel to the west and one to the north. The one to the northwest is filled with a snake body. And there is a snake between you and it that is devouring things on its way to you.
Okay.
South it is.
Yeah. And as we start running, Bamir is going to start singing. And just a song that you all know that is calming your mind and allowing you to focus on yourself and not being overtaken by anything. So he's using counter charm.
Bamir, as you kind of open up your mouth and start to sing, the manacles on your wrists sear you in pain to the point where it forces you to stop.
Interesting. It's not magic, it's just a bard ability. But okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my ability to be invisible in darkness is a Gloomstalker ability and not magic, but I'm not invisible in the dark either.
I said I don't like this
Seems
place
hit or
because I'm
miss.
able to use druid and fey things.
Yeah. Which I don't get that, so
I-
I'm running.
Let's go.
I'm just running.
So we go.
I'm gonna stop and make sure everybody gets into the tunnel.
We
And
gotta
I'm
find
actually
a way.
gonna bring up the rear.
We gotta find a way to get these manacles off of us.
I mean, could always just
did.
cut off your hands above the wrist.
I'm kind of fond of my hands.
And then what? Try to fight the snake with stubs.
Yeah, I mean, file the bones down to a point. You got daggers.
Like the way you think, but I think we should run right now.
I do not like the way you think. That's gross. As he's running still.
It's either gross or you die.
Running where?
You said south, right?
The direct south or the southeastern tunnel?
There you're leading.
I'm
But-
leading.
Lead the way, Bear.
Yeah.
Pick the way.
Bear's leading.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
I'm
Bear
leading.
is
Okay.
leading. Okay.
Fine, southeastern. Sure.
Yep, that way. Follow the bear.
I'm following the big green bear. I
There's
see
a big
green
fluffy
bear,
bear,
but
butt in front of me, and I'm following it.
As
once
you
I
all
see
kind of
that they all
grab
pass me, I'm
on
running.
to Asteria and start to run southeastern down this cavern, you can still hear the sounds of this serpent. You can only assume devouring more and more of the robed figures. It's only a matter of time before it runs out of food. You make your way down this additional tunnel. It seemingly kind of creeps and corrects itself to east. And very soon you come up to a fork. The fork leads directly east and south. Which way do you go?
East?
As you continue on east, you come to a large rock room. This room has a drop off, and you're going to need to give me a dexterity check. Everyone.
I have advantage on those.
Oh.
Just a regular dexterity check,
Yep.
not a save or anything like that.
It rolled.
I mean, just give me a dexterity check.
Asteria got a 15.
Okay.
Wait. Where's bear sheet? No, yeah, 15.
Amir got a 7.
I got an 18.
Okay.
I got a 9.
9.
I like my phantom dice.
2 9s, a 7, and an 18, and a 15. as you guys are running through the tunnel and you make the decision to go east, you come up to this, again, big empty space. And Asteria, as you're leading the pack, you realize very quickly, as you kind of take an additional step in kind of swoop nothingness, you're kind of like toppling, and kind of pull yourself back and are able to stop. The rest of the crew kind of bumps into you. And as you are kind of forced almost over the edge, Ashin's able to kind of pull you back collectively, and you all are kind of stopped. And Asteria, as your nose kind of hangs down into this pit, you can see that it's filled with snakes. It is a full pit. There seem to be rattlesnakes. There seem to be other kind of dangerous looking snakes. And as your head goes low, kind of into this expanse, which seems to go down about a good 5 or 6 feet or so, your head dips down. The snakes immediately underneath you kind of reach up and try and snatch at you, but they are unsuccessful.
I'm gonna bear hug the bear.
Can't talk, but wrong way.
Bear say,
First said no.
Is there a ledge around the side, or is it just a big pit?
It is just a large pit. Bamir, as you kind of look in and look around, you can see the room is actually not much larger than the tunnel itself in terms of height, and it does expand around, but it's really kind of this maybe 25-foot square foot room that just is a pit of snakes.
Okay, looks like we have to try another way.
Turn and burn. We're going to the other one.
As you backtrack, and you make your way kind of down this corridor, I want you to give me a perception check as a group.
Bear sheet only has passive. Oh no, there it is. Never mind. Never mind.
That is a dirty 20 from me.
I got a 21.
11.
Bear is perceptive.
17.
Bamir, I need you to give me a dexterity check.
Bamir doesn't like snakes.
Stereo really doesn't like
check
them
or a
right now.
save?
Save. Give me a save.
That's a 10.
Okay. As you walk down this corridor, again, everybody kind of holding on to you as you lead the way, you start to realize that the walls are moving. And as you kind of peer left and peer right, you can see that crawling up and down the walls on either side are snakes. Bamir, you didn't kind of see it right away. And one tries to lunge out at you from the wall, and you just see it in time to kind of pull your arm away and tuck closer to Asteria
Yeah.
before you're bitten. You continue south for another 10 feet or so, and all of a sudden the walls return to normal. You come to another opening, another similar sized room, except this time there are a few barrels and a chest.
Wait. Where'd the snake go? Where are the dudes?
It's eerily silent behind you.
I'd like to check the chest.
Hey,
Would you now?
Where are we? What happened? I thought we went back towards the room with the snake and the cult guys, but now
No,
it's...
I don't understand anything that's going on right now, but there's a chest and maybe there's a weapon in it.
Or something bad. Oh, I can't talk. Sorry. Go ahead.
Wanna
Maybe
kick-
we should check the chest for traps first.
Too late. I've already
I
kicked
mean-
it. I'm not listening to anything.
Gotiruks, give me a strength check. Gotiruks, you see this chest and these barrels, and without even thinking, you charge into this room. And right as you're about to kick this chest, you look up. No, you don't look up. You just kick the chest because you give no foxes at this point. And you obliterate this chest. You kick it, the wood splinters, the top pops open, and all of your gear pours out around and scatters
Right.
around the room.
Grabbing my axe.
You
Can I
see
tell what-
bows,
Picking up my gear.
blades, pouches, items.
Can I tell what these straps are made out of? Like, is it leather or...
The binders?
Yeah.
Some sort of metal. It's metallic.
Okay.
I'm scooping up my gear.
Yeah. Same.
Siria's gonna look at her. She like,
And I'm going to get her stuff too.
problems of being a bear.
I'm just going to look at her and I'm going to smile and go, as I pick up her stuff.
Can you even carry all of her stuff?
Yeah.
We still had our armor and stuff on. It's just the scimitar
But
and shield.
it's fine. Because Gotiruks saying that, I'm just going to take her stuff and dump it in his bag.
Perfect. I barely tell that it's there.
What's there? I didn't do anything. hey, do you still have that bag of holding?
I do I?
I thought the dwarves had that.
No. The dwarves never took it from me.
Wow.
Yeah, we
They're still
have
with
it.
us, and I just have it.
Yeah,
You-
where are they?
you do
Hey,
have
where
it.
are they?
Forgot about the dwarves again.
Dwarves are not
So-
there.
This is a recurring problem because if we remember how many times we forgot about Droop.
Who?
Who?
Exactly.
What?
We can't hear you. You're a bear.
I'm not talking in character.
Imagine.
Ashin's gonna need to take bear as a language.
That would be
Um,
amazing.
I think we could just learn the spell of
Speak with
Speak with
animals.
speak with animals. and
Or
we'd be fine.
Godoruk, who has speak with animals, could
He
actually
isn't-
make use
yeah.
of it.
Do you want to sit down for 10 minutes and let me ritual cast it?
I'm just saying we could do that.
I mean, to be fair, it's gonna take us like 5 minutes upon get all of our gear set up, so you could.
Yeah, you might as well do that while we're,
Well, the stuff
Then-
that takes time to put on, we already have on.
Oh, that's right. Well, I don't
Yeah.
have armor, so it's whatever.
Sure.
No, nobody really does. That's
Yeah, I wouldn't do.
complicated.
I wouldn't take the time to do it anyway right now.
I mean,
you're
we'll have,
bound anyways.
we have chalk now, so we can now chalk up these walls,
Yeah, chalk the snakes.
the walls. But yeah, sure.
Well, I have swords now, so I
Me
can
and
use
Faded,
swords.
me and Ashin know
Yeah,
the
you
layout
guys-
pretty well, honestly.
I mean,
Alright.
I know where we've been.
At least where we think we've been.
Sure.
Well, I thought we were going back to the
So-
room with the snake and the dudes, but that's not where we are.
Yeah.
Point of order. Let's get these bindings off.
Good question of how.
So
Bear with me. I'm gonna try to grab Ashin's binders, and pull them off. See if I can get a grip on them and pull them off.
Ow!
You are not able to find any kind of purchase to grab onto them. There's no way for you to like get a finger underneath somewhere. It's just every time you try and find an edge, it feels like it disappears before you're able to get onto it.
Leif takes the Staff of Defense and tries to cast Mage Armor on Asteria by smacking her in the rump.
Hey.
Leif, as you kind of tap the big green bear, you begin to see this kind of ethereal blue shimmer come from the edge of the staff and then kind of transfer itself over Asteria.
Cool, while you're in bear form, you have 13 plus your dex modifier for AC now. Is a bear. Dex.
Okay,
Dex mod.
13, because bear has no dex modifier, so it's just 13.
What was
your-
the?
Yeah, what's the bear AC before?
12?
Hey.
Perfect!
+1 AC. Let's go.
For
Yay!
science!
You could still hear all of the noises coming from the room. They seem to be distant. As you are getting your gear, they almost seem to be happening at a larger frequency or a quicker frequency, and then it went silent.
Cool, I cast Mage Armor myself.
We can't hear you, Savage.
It's okay.
Did I mute myself?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm taking a dagger and I am trying to get under my own manacle. See if I can, even if it cuts me a little bit.
You take a single point of damage and you cut your arm.
Gotiruks
These
don't do
things
that.
don't
As
come
you
off.
kind of go to pry underneath, your blade just slips right into the center of your forearm. Not too deep, as you're able to stop it fairly quickly, but enough to cut you and go. "Ugh."
Bamir, you can heat up metal, right?
I'm not casting heat metal on
Okay.
these. Not to mention I can't cast spells
I mean, I was able to cast Mage Armor.
with the implement. That's not you. And I'm not gonna cast heat metal on one of us.
I mean, you could try. You could just end it really quickly if it doesn't go well.
I'll rage
Did the-
and you do it.
Have you tried to rage yet?
I have
Uh,
not.
So, I'm gonna look at Gotiruk, and I'm gonna like open hand slap him across the face. Rage.
And I'm gonna attempt to rage.
You hear slithering through tunnels in the distance. As you go to rage, you kind of channel all the frustration of your current situation, despite the fact that you're really happy to get your axe back. You call down fire deep within you, and you feel your blood begin to thicken, your veins begin to expand. The manacles seem to respond in kind by expanding and heating up a bit, but not enough to be uncomfortable, and you are successfully raged.
We heard snakes.
You ain't afraid of no snakes, are you?
No.
Okay.
But now
I'm
I'm
gonna go
mad and want to kill snakes.
Me too.
Glad we're on the same.
Did I use the spell slot when I tried to Misty Step and nothing happened? Actually, we didn't have any of our gear. I could have Misty Stepped anyway. I had no focus. Never mind.
Mark off mine. Oh, I need to mark off a wild shape.
Yep.
All right.
Actually, Misty Step is just verbal. I could have done it. So, did I lose a spell slot for trying to Misty Step?
No.
Okay, just wondering.
Where are we gonna go?
So, we could go. So we're kind of not fully effective at the moment. we really, really need to go and figure out how to get these bindings off.
Yeah. Is there?
While
what are
I'm
the
raged, I'm gonna
exits?
tick to smack him again.
You're gonna smack me?
No,
Oh, you're
smack
just-
the
Oh,
because I get advantage on that and a +2.
Mine have disappeared into my bear body. So I'm good for now.
I'm gonna.
Oh,
They haven't disappeared. Yours are your
You
manacles.
said they were absorbed into her.
No,
body
I
when
said
she
they
changed.
grew with you. They kind of are
Oh,
constricting the
okay.
fur. You basically look like a genie bear. These giant manacles kind of
So-
over your paws.
Can I like investigate them a little bit? Can I roll investigation on her manacles specifically?
Sure.
If I can attempt to do that, I rolled a 21 to try to smack these things against something again.
It don't work.
can I make an Arcana check on my own gauntlet or own?
Yeah. So that's just a 9 for investigation.
Again, you just see that these are metal manacles that have runes on them that appear to react to magic.
Got an 18 on my Arcana check to figure out if I know anything about these manacles.
Pamir, you are able to understand these manacles, and you're understanding that they basically are magical manacles that appear to be bound to you as a kind of person or as a creature, and that also essentially are negating and nullifying most magics. Guys, this snake's getting louder.
Yeah, it's fine. Not afraid of no
what,
snakes.
What exits are there to this room?
There are no exits to this room, only a way back you came.
So did we go through the snake room again, or
No, you went east. Going directly east, there was a fork. You chose to continue to go east. That was Snake Pit
Okay.
Room. Then you backtracked
I
to the
got
fork and went
confused.
south. So now
Alright.
you are the southernmost tip of the eastern tunnel. Well, southeastern tunnel.
okay? Well,
Gonna have to face that thing.
yeah.
Sheen, are you with me?
Yeah, I'm good. Plus, we have a bear, and
All right.
Bamir can, use his swords.
Styria, Gotiruks, stand in front of the entrance.
Leif, do you
Asheen,
need like a dagger or something?
stand
I have
back.
one.
I have a dagger and I'm still completely useless.
Cool. Stay with me.
Is there
Me and
any type of weapon that would benefit you? A little bit?
I have a I'm a sorcerer. I have a
know.
dagger. That's about as
Okay.
most as I'm gonna get.
yeah.
Fair.
Besides maybe like a quarterstaff.
Why is that showing up as?
Do I
You-
have one of those?
Do your cantrips work? Like, is everything?
I mean, nothing's really
Well, we can try, but that
I
snake's
try
coming.
to cast message on Bamir.
Nothing happens except your wrists burn.
I'm guessing that's a no.
But Mary tried message earlier when we were whispering.
Well, to be fair, I only assumed that it hurt me and moved on, but yeah. All right. I'm getting ready for a fight.
Styria,
Turn.
stand up. Wait.
You're right next to her.
I'll stand next to Gotiruk.
You hear slithering getting closer, and as you peer back into the blackness of the tunnel, you wait. And you wait, and nothing comes. And the sounds stop.
And I am no longer raged.
Stay quiet. I mean, do we want to fight it now?
We're gonna have a
Specifically?
choice.
If we doesn't come here, we can't fight it. Or if we don't go to it.
Maybe it's like attracted to sound. Maybe just stay quiet.
As you stay there, the silence becomes deafening. You all slowly begin to slip into madness.
All right. This is silly.
The dark is creeping in on you now from all sides, and the room seems to be getting smaller and smaller.
We need to move.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's try and move quietly back the way we came.
Stealth check.
Stealth check.
Yikes. That's a 11.
Bear doesn't have stealth. Is it a dexterity check?
Yeah, if you don't have
Sure.
a bonus, then it's if you don't have if you're not proficient in it as the bear, then it's just dexterity modifier.
Cool.
Big Bear is not stealthy.
As the room
Stomping.
continues to creep in on you and feel smaller and smaller, Asteria, you kind of give in to panic, and all of a sudden just take off down the tunnel.
Syria, no.
I run after her.
Mine was a 9. Well,
Me
yeah,
too.
I'm chasing them. I'm behind them.
Yeah, I run after her so that I don't actually
Fuck
stealth
stealth.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, no stealth.
You all run haphazardly into the darkness. Ashin, you're barely able to see the green haunches of Asteria as she charges forward. Asteria, you run. You kind of run in a straight line, which is very weird because you know that you turn, but it doesn't matter. And very shortly after, at this dead sprint, you come back to see lights of the main room that is now completely empty.
Remember we saw the snake in before?
Yep,
And it's totally empty.
completely empty.
So stop. Wait for everyone to catch up.
I slam into her butt.
There's no time for that. Let's go west.
Okay. But it's empty. Is follows.
Let's go where the snake came from.
You want to go where the snake came from, or there's a northwestern and there's a western? Which one you want to go to?
Yep. Snake path.
Yeah,
Snake
where the
path.
snake came from.
Is there like a magic sigil on the ground, like on where all the cultists were still?
Yeah, you can clearly see this symbol now. It's basically a circle, and then it kind of has this kind of pointy waviness that kind of crosses in and out of the circle as it goes.
Okay.
But there
What's
are
this?
no remnants of any of the robe figures in the room, save the lit sconces, of which all of them have now returned as well.
What?
The one that was in Gotiruks' hand is no longer in Gotiruks' hand. It is back on the wall, like it never left.
What?
Like
Gotiruks?
this.
Gotiruks,
Alright.
did you learn magic?
Can I, now that there's nothing in here, can I make an Arcana check on this circle
Sure.
to see what they were trying to do?
You can try that again.
I will. That's an 11.
You kind of really dig deep and are trying to sense whether or not what they were doing here was magical, and you just do not sense any magic coming from the sigil.
I mean, do I know anything about what the sigil represents, or like if there's any like religious iconography it represents or anything like that?
You can give me a history or religion check.
I can do that. Let's go. 24.
Mimir, you kind of look down, and instead of trying to check for magic, you start checking your own know-how, and you really start to think about it, and you can't put your finger on it, but you remember there being some type of serpent deity. You can't quite put your finger on it, but you know somehow that this is a symbol for some type of serpent god. We couldn't hear you, Asteria, if you were talking.
I was saying my religion is not good, so I'm not gonna try.
All right. I don't know what this is, but it is some kind of serpent god iconography.
Actually, if she does look at it, does there anything look familiar to her at least? Either no, I don't think so.
I can't remember the name of the god, but I definitely can see where the serpent thing is tying in here.
So we're fighting a serpent god?
Something like that.
Something like this.
Or at least a scion of a serpent god, maybe? I don't know. But I wonder. Bamir is going to attempt to cast Cure Wounds on Gotiruk.
It does not work. And once again, you feel searing pain. This time, the pain is so hot that you take 2 damage.
Ow, that was a bad idea. I thought maybe divine magic would work.
Once
Okay.
again, you hear movement in the caves. But you can't tell what direction it's coming from.
All right, let's head where the snake came from. Let's go northwest.
You proceed through the
Northwest.
northwestern tunnel. Once again, you are kind of feeling along the walls, kind of hewn out from rock. This time, the wall stays rock.
Thank God.
You reach the end of this shorter-ish tunnel, and you butt up against another tunnel. It extends both north and south.
Okay. Well, we went northwest to get here, so let's keep going north, I guess.
You make your way north, and after walking diligently for a few minutes, you open up to an expanse. This room is enormous. You can see in a faint glow, remnants of powder all over the floor. You see what appears to be bits of snakeskin that are stuck to the walls, with kind of additional snakeskin around the floor. This room is probably a 50 by 50 room, and the snakeskin covers all of it. Piles of white powder extend in all directions, and it almost seems like the rock itself is hewn out in big semicircular or hemispherical rings around the outsides of the room.
I think we found the snake's nest.
Fuck.
Is there another way out of this room?
There's not. It's just a big old room.
Is there anything in this room besides snakeskin and dust?
Not that you can tell.
How much time has passed since Hysteria turned into a little bear? Not long, right?
How long can you stay as a bear?
3 hours.
You're an hour and a half in.
Okay.
Is this room like completely covered in snakeskin?
Yes, the floor is.
Like thickly covered?
Yes, as in the snake shed and just laid on top of it.
Hey, maybe we should head south then. Unless you want to try and dig through some stuff here, but like Bamir will drag his sword through one of the piles of dust.
Once again, you hear slithering in the distance. Lemires, you drag your kind of sword through the dust. You reveal kind of small chunks of what look like bone. And you quickly realize that this powdery dust
Snake
must
poop.
be regurgitation from the snake
Yeah.
of what it can't
Yeah.
process.
Let's go. I'm gonna be sick.
I look at Gotiruks and I say, "Hey, do you still have like your flint and steel?"
Yes, you would. You now have your stuff back.
Did I even have that in the first place? Yeah, I got a tender.
Let's not start a fire in the enclosed space, please.
Well, I was thinking we could start a fire and then leave the room. See
I don't know.
if the snake runs back to its nest.
I don't know if you've looked around, but we're kind of in a tight spot here. And if you start a fire in that room, it could consume all the oxygen down here.
Well,
Not to mention fill the tunnels with smoke. Let's go.
easier to hide that way.
Harder to breathe. Let's go
Okay.
south.
Last resort.
Yeah, we can always burn it if we come back.
You head south down the tunnel. Doing so, you come back and have kind of try and remember the distance. Both Gotiruks and Ashin, your kind of outlander survival sense, giving you this natural map of the area, and where you think there should be the tunnel to go back to the main room, it's gone. There's just smooth wall where that tunnel should have been. And you continue going south. You go about twice as far as you thought you should have gone before you get the next tunnel that opens up to your left, heading eastwards. Or you can continue south.
It's just me or the walls changing on us.
They absolutely are.
Oh, great. All right. Let's use the chalk. Start drawing lines wherever I walk. And we go, I guess you guys want to go east or south? I think south might be better.
South. I vote south.
Let's go south then. And as they're walking, Bamir's going to drag his piece of chalk along the wall.
You continue on south for what feels like a good bit of time until you get to a place where the walls of this tunnel seem to open slightly. Who's in front?
I think Asteria was taking point.
Still on the front. Okay.
Styria, as you walk kind of into this area, you're going to need to make a dex save for me.
Maybe I should have been in front. I don't know.
I don't know, like deck saves. Okay. 13.
Styria, you start walking into this area, and as you see the room kind of open up, as you're looking around, you kind of take a step, and the floor, what at first seems sturdy, completely disappears and gives out below you, and you start to topple downwards. At this same time, your wild shape wears off, and your body constricts back to its normal size, green shimmer, ethereal, kind of starting to come back, and you start to fall.
Try to grab onto something? Anything?
Would I
I
be
reach
able to
out.
grab her?
Who's behind her?
Who's close?
Probably me.
All right, Ashin.
What would you like me to roll?
Give me a dexterity check.
That's a 14.
You are able to grab onto Asteria's foot as she is falling. And Asteria, your body kind of slams up against the side of the wall, dealing you 5 damage. As you hang there and your head extends downward, you see that there are a series of spikes, not close together, but large cones that seem to be on this floor. Once again, at the bottom of which those cones are coiled a number of snakes. You can hear them hiss and writhe as you get close to their positions.
Stairs, we pull me up. Pull me up, please.
I start
Whoever
pulling.
has me.
And Bamir's gonna help pull her up. Oh, maybe Savit or Gotiruks, can you help?
Yeah, I will assist in that.
I'm not the best at lifting things.
Means you
So,
can't move that
um,
much.
My rolling with like advantage.
You're able to pull, the three of you are able to pull Asteria up. It's not like she weighs all that much.
There's spikes down there. More snakes.
Yep.
Pick another way.
Of course. How big is the pit? Is it pretty big?
It's about 10 feet down. The
Bamir's gonna
room, the room itself is probably a good 10 feet wide, whereas the previous tunnel was probably a good 6 feet wide.
All right, Pamir's gonna take the chalk and mark a big X on the floor in front of that room and start heading back the other way. and he'll take the lead this time.
Amir, as you make your way back north, following your chalk, you make it a certain distance before your chalk lines start to multiply and go in different directions. Some lead towards the ceiling, some the floor, some pointing arrows back the way you had just come. And at one point, they stop and jump over to the opposite side of the wall. But eventually, you come to a place that opens up to the east. But there's no chalk around it.
Okay. Where the chalk line changes, he's going to draw a new line of chalk. Kind of picking up where the other one left off, I guess. And then we'll keep going. Well, I guess you guys, let's go east, because why not? He's going to turn east and start walking that way unless somebody stops him.
I'm right behind him.
Bamir,
I'm
as
walking
you
next to Asteria.
continue east, you go for a short distance until you see another pathway open to the south, or you can continue what feels like you're changing a direction and moving a bit northeast.
Can we hear anything down the tunnels? Either tunnel?
It's been eerily quiet for some time.
Is there like a loose stone or something that I can piece of gravel on the ground?
Sure.
I have my bagpipes.
Please don't. I'd like to pick up the stone and just hurl it down the first direction you said, not the northeast, the other one.
The southern direction.
This is the southern direction. Just full on hurl.
As you hurl this rock down the passageway, you hear these echoing skips. And then nothing.
Kind of expected it to show up on a map in front.
Same. I'm gonna find another stone and do the same with the other path.
As you throw a stone to the northeast, you don't hear it drop. It just disappears.
Hey, I'm
That
saying
way.
south.
South.
Let's go south. I like that idea.
As you head
South we go.
south, you begin to feel like you're in some large, dripping echo chamber. Bamir, you start to hear the voice of your father call to you. Bamir, come to me. Son, I've missed you. I know you've been looking for me. I know I'm hard to find, but I'm here.
I hear you. I'm coming. And Bamir starts running,
Gotiruks.
chasing after the sound.
Gotiruks, you hear the voice of Brugor. Hey there, little look. Guess what?
Your family. You're my brother's son. And our future chief. There's a home for you. You just need to get to me. I'm right here. Come on.
I'm gonna look back at Alsheen and then turn and run towards sound.
Where are you going?
Ashim. I didn't die. I'm here. I know you've been searching for me. Come to me.
What?
It's the voice of your old tutor.
They're just gonna look at Asheen and Leif, who are up.
Come, Ashim. I know where they are. We can find them. The ones that slew the village.
Hmm. I don't trust this.
You don't trust what?
Hey there,
You don't-
buddy.
You don't hear it?
It's been a bit.
I don't hear anything.
I know you probably miss me, but, Leif, I really think that we should keep going down this tunnel. I think it'll be, neat. I've got a surprise for you. I've found, your family. And I've learned why so young you were touched by the Shadowfell. Come to me, Leif. It'll be fine, I promise.
Asteria Ashin?
Hmm?
Asteria. Asteria, come to me. It's time to come back to the Fae. It's time to fulfill your promise. You've spent enough time in this realm, and now you need to fulfill your obligations to the court.
Hmm.
What,
She
did you
looks
hear
at-
something?
Yes.
What'd you hear?
Hmm. Sahinine?
Guys,
However,
come on. It's my
Yeah,
dad.
why-
If he knows how to get out of here, if anybody knows how to get out of here, it'd be him.
You guys can
why would it
barely
be
I
here?
I didn't
Hear-
hear.
you can barely hear Bamir, and you cannot see them.
She looks at
Bamir is
Asheen.
alone in darkness. Gotiruk is alone in darkness.
I don't trust this place. It was Sahinine telling me that I need to go home. Fulfill my obligations to the court.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Stop fighting it, girl. It's time. You've frolicked along enough.
You're the one that sent me away in the first place.
I did.
Okay.
And now it's time to come home.
Wait,
Your
is she still
family
talking to
needs
you?
you. Your court needs you.
Should we at least go so Bamir and Gotiruks don't die?
I mean, yeah. Well, we probably should catch up to them.
Okay, they'll start making their way down the tunnel.
Oh, come on, Leif. Just come over here. It'll be fine. We can talk. Get to know each other a little better.
Guys, these patrons still trying to talk to me.
Don't talk to them. Talk to me. They don't do anything for you. You do everything for them. And they're ungrateful. I, on the other hand, do everything for you. Giving you power. I've fixed you, and I'm here to
Fine.
imbue you with knowledge.
Someone.
Bamir, come to me, son.
I'm just over here. I know the way out.
As
So-
they're walking, Asteria's gonna grab a hold of Ashin's arm so they don't get separated down here.
Um,
I'm gonna
What-
reach out and grab Leif.
Sure.
The three of you continue on in the darkness. You don't see Gotiruk. You don't see Bamir. You arrive
going-
at a fork. A fork in the tunnel. It extends north and south. You still cannot see Bamir or Gotiruk.
I'm gonna take 2 caltrips out of my bag of caltrips and throw one down each hallway.
Neither of them make a sound.
Yeah, I don't trust that.
Go down the left one first?
You wanna go to the left first?
I don't know.
Leif, what do you think? Left or right?
I mean, we could. You two could go to the right. I could go to the left, and I could.
I don't think we should separate.
We don't have any way to communicate though, and that.
Knows the way out.
Yeah, I don't know, because I don't know where Bamir and Gotiruks are.
Gotiruk and Bamir, you both keep running in the darkness. You continue hearing voices that call to you, beckoning you to deep longing desires in your hearts. North or south? Let's go.
North.
North. Sure,
Make
that
your
way.
north. Kind of faintly hearing the sounds of footsteps and calling out of Bamir to his father.
Where are you?
As you make your way, continuing up north, the room opens up to a larger kind of 10 by 10 space that has another kind of tunnel leading off in the northwestern direction. As you three, holding hands, look around, you see Bamir standing in a corner, and you see Gotiruk kind of laying down, face down, in an opposite corner. His feet moving as if he's trying to walk somewhere.
Guys?
What? Hello?
This way.
You're at a wall.
Mir, as you say that, you're kind of taking steps and almost like banging into this wall, going nowhere.
Do I know that?
No, I'm saying this for the sake of the party.
Okay.
I'm
Guys, this way.
gonna walk up to Bamir.
No, it's my dad. You don't understand.
You're walking into a wall. And then
What are you talking
I'm gonna
about?
put my hand on him and shake him.
Stop it. We've got to find him.
Leif, as you kind of shake Bamir, you kind of come to...
I'm not Leif.
Ah, Ashin, sorry. Looking at faces. Ashin, you kind of shake Bamir, and Bamir, you're like the darkness that has kind of been enveloped your vision starts to clear, and you realize that you're staring at Ashin and kind of the rest of the party, and Gotiruk is face down, seemingly walking into the floor. the other end of the room.
What's
I'm ready to come home.
I'm gonna walk over to
where did you guys hear my dad?
nope.
No, we all heard
What?
our own separate voices.
Why, did you hear my mentor?
No, it was my dad. He knows the way out. I was trying to
Yeah.
find.
How about we don't trust anything except for what we can see and touch?
What's this place, Pamir? Hallways
Oh.
keep moving. I've almost
I
died
thought-
in a pit twice.
I'm
I don't
gonna
want to touch this.
I'm gonna walk over to Gotiruk and I'm gonna like lightly kick him. Like, get up, dummy. You're walking into the floor.
Ashin, as you separate from Asteria and Leif and walk over to Gotiruks, just before you can reach down to touch him, your world goes black. And as
Oh,
you
that's
stand
nice.
up and look around, you see a reflection of yourself with white, lifeless eyes.
Ew.
And it stares into your soul. And it talks to you in your own voice. You failed
drank the
to
Kool-Aid.
save them. It's your fault. You should have been there. And now, what do?
I punch it.
You've forgotten them. As you do, you kind of punch through mist, and the form deteriorates a little and then reforms, and it gets closer to your face. It is now inches from you, and you can see ethereal smoke run from the eyes, and into the eyes you can see your village burning. You can see goblins and drow slaughtering your kinfolk. You
Now I'm
didn't save them. You don't deserve this life that you have, and you know it.
And who are you?
I am you. I am all of the things that you seem to have forgotten about yourself, that you keep tucked away, locked in a little box.
Oh, would you like me to let my anger out?
What do you think I am, Ashin? You've forgotten your anger like you can run from it?
Oh, you're not me.
Oh, that's where you're wrong.
I mean, my eyes don't look like that.
Of course they do. Have you seen yourself lately?
Nope. We're in a dark room. Can't see myself. Sorry. Got a mirror?
Look deeper, Ashin. And as you kind of continue to peer into it, mocking this shade, it begins to kind of invade your mind, and you start to relive all of the moments
I
from
scream.
the time of your village through to the loss of your mentor. Asteria,
Oh no.
Leif, and Bamir, you all see Ashin freeze and then start screaming.
Asteria would run over and just grab him at his sides.
Asteria, right as you get to Ashin, your world goes black. And you're staring at a vision of yourself. Eyes white, brimming with ethereal power. Oh, Asteria, running to save this one when you can't save your family. You're really good at running, aren't you?
Save them. They abandoned me.
Oh, it must look that way for the pretty princess that wants to get her way, not thinking of anyone from herself. So selfish.
I selfless. I gave everything to them, and they cast me out.
Not everything.
Hmm.
You cast yourself out because you wouldn't give yourself fully. And now look at you. A pet bear walking around with elves, humans, changelings, orcs. Completely abandon your people.
I've never abandoned my people.
They still need you, and you know it.
What do they need me for? So I can be enslaved to a emotionless being of the Winter Court?
They need you for lasting peace, or thousands upon thousands will die. And then in your head shows visions of war between the Winter and Summer Court, families being slaughtered.
Spring Court.
Spring. Damn it. All out war in the Fae.
Screaming and crying as she sees all this destruction happening.
Amir and Leif, you both see these two freezing. You see Assyria start to have tears come down the side of her face and start to drip down onto the floor. Ashin screaming in terror. Gotiruk still on the floor.
I really want to see like a picture of Gotiruks walking into the floor, laying on it, trying to walk
Is he
into
a-
it. That
he's a
just sounds
busted-
crazy.
He's a
He's a
busted
busted
Skyrim
toy.
NPC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah. So we just basically. I thought Bamir was also walking into a wall.
No, he
No,
got
it's-
shook. He got
Asheen
shook out
shook
of
me
it.
out of it.
Oh, he's no longer okay. But we just saw them go up and just start freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
Did I hear us talking to ourselves?
Yes.
Okay, we heard that too.
This place is messing with our heads, and I think these bindings are too. Bamir's
Yeah,
Bamir's going to try. He's going to pull out his lute and try to do counter charm again.
Give me a charisma save. Oh no!
That went very well.
That
That actually
two
kind of sums up how useful
ones.
counter charm is.
Bamir got a 8 on his charisma save.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Vamir, you pull out your lute and you go to strum and you miss the first few strings, making a really odd sounding chord. But it's enough of a chord to ring in the hearing of Faded and Asteria and Gotiruk. And I would like the three of you to give me constitution saves.
Are these charm effects?
Who knows? That's fun.
If it is, I have advantage.
They are just rolls.
Two
Who
I'm
got
just
what?
saying, if we're being charmed, I have advantage.
Asterius is 18.
Okay.
Mine's 17.
Gotiruk?
12.
All three of you hear the sound of this in the distance. Ashin, you immediately see this shade disappear, and then almost disorientingly fast, you are back in the room and able to look around, and you're reaching for Gotiruk. Gotiruk, you kind of open your eyes and just see stone and are so disoriented by the fact that you are prone on your face on the ground. Asteria, similarly, your kind of vision just comes back so fast. It's almost like the feeling of when you phase step and you're just instantly in another place. It's like that same feeling, only this time you're not ready for it, and you kind of like reach out and grab Ashin in front of you. Tears still streaming.
I like this place. I don't like this place. Can we get out of this room, please?
Wait, that worked?
Apparently.
You should learn to play better. That sounded terrible.
I mean, I know how to. It didn't work. But it did work. I'm so confused.
I mean,
sit up and look around and come to the realization that that wasn't what I thought it was, and just sit there for a while, looking very dejected and sad.
Hey, fuck this place.
Yeah, Bamir is going to, not being able to play his lute properly, is just going to start trying to sing again. And he sings a slow, deliberate melody that everyone knows from their childhood, and just tries to anchor everybody in who they are right now.
Give me a performance check.
I want to hear him sing.
Yeah, he's got to sing for it.
No.
Got to capture my attention.
I mean, that'll work.
He got a 23 on his performance.
If you sing, it lowers the DC.
Vamir, you go to sing, and at first, no sound comes out. You take a minute, taking another breath, and attempt to sing again, and no sound comes out. You try one final time, and you're able to sing. Your song echoes through the room, right as the effect was about to take over Leif. And Leif, your room went black, and you saw a distorted version of your true self. And all it said was, "You should have stayed in the Shadowfell." And then it was gone. And you're all standing there in this room listening to Bamir sing. And it kind of centers you and brings you back. Even if you hadn't heard the song before, the melody kind of rocks you to your core and brings your focus back completely. And you realize that the room that you thought was a 10 by 10 is really a 5 by 5, and you are all standing very close together in it. As you look around, you see that the entrance that you had come in is now gone, and there is only one path forward.
Should we go?
I guess.
You just gonna stand there, or you gonna start moving?
I guess Asteria will start moving.
Just gonna stand there.
I will walk with her. Come
Yeah,
on,
some-
Goderic.
We can't stay in this room. We have to go. We have to figure out a way out of here.
Gage, you're muted on Zoom, by the way.
You're right.
Oh yeah, I said I'm following.
As you make your way
Grudgingly
forward,
follow.
as you make your way forward through the tunnel, you start to see a familiar light up ahead. And you walk back into the center room.
How about we just stay in here?
Where the
Apparently,
snake
the room
ate
it
those
wants us to
people.
be in. 'Cause we keep coming back.
Like, let's just stay in this room. It's lit.
This time, the lights and the paths to the east, to the south, to the north, and to the northwest are all gone. As you look around the room, there's only 2 lights lit. One directly to the west, and one to the south, back whence you came.
Didn't we already go that way? I'm so confused.
I am
Asteria's
confused.
talking to Ashley.
I'm confused.
Should we go that way?
I want to stay here. I don't need any more madness. I've got enough of that inside.
Once again, you kind of hear in the distance the snake sounds moving through tunnels.
Yeah, see? Stay here.
Till it comes back to eat us?
Then we'll kill it.
Really?
Snake god.
You can turn into a bear.
Bear still has manacles on.
You can still fight.
Not as well.
Pretty
But
much
if we
useless.
start dying, can't heal anyone. Does anyone else have any ideas?
I have a really bad idea.
I just want to
Here.
go home.
You're not going to
Well-
like it.
What?
I could try to seek for some help.
Yeah, we all know how that's gonna go. They could do the same? Even though the voice was Sahidin, but not Sahidin, I'm so confused. I'd rather talk to the strange gnomes at this point.
Ashin, you look down at your arm, kind of reaching for it instinctively at this point. And as you do, the tattoo's gone.
Ah!
Completely gone.
Ah!
What? Why are you yelling?
I show her.
Isn't that a good thing?
You can't see completely below the manacle, but everything that was above the manacle at that point is gone.
Right? That's a good thing, right?
I don't trust it.
I don't trust anything in this place.
I'd like to go to sleep now.
Why?
Maybe I'll wake up from this bad dream. I don't know.
Turns to look to everyone else. What should we do? Should we go down that tunnel? Do we wait here? Do we try to go to sleep?
I'm not entirely sure that going to sleep's the answer. I just
No, I don't think it's the answer.
we've literally gone down how many hallways and found nothing? Like literally nothing. But then again, how much of that can we trust?
I've fallen down into pits of snakes. Twice.
Did we?
But did you though? I literally don't trust anything I see. Are you even really there? I'm gonna reach out and touch her.
You can touch her.
I boop her on the nose.
Slaps him upside the head.
Ow!
You feel that.
See? Okay, well, we're here. I reach out and I pinch Gotiruk on the forearm.
I'm pretty sure I can't even pray to Sahanim at this point.
Have you tried?
No. I'm
Try.
kind of afraid to. Mysteria will just start trying to commune with Sahanim. For some guidance out of this terrible place.
As you pray to Sehanine, you kind of try and channel all of your power and reach out to her with your mind. And it takes a little bit, but you do end up getting a response. Styria. Ah, I feel you. You've called out to me. What do you need?
We're trapped in this terrible place. And we don't know how to get out. We have manacles that are binding any sort of magic. Seeing creatures and visions of family members that aren't real.
It is unfortunate that you're befalling these things.
But it's also so funny to watch. Accept your doom, child.
Yeah, that's gross.
I know that you're not Sahanine. Who are you? Why are we here?
The voice is gone.
I hate this place!
What happened?
Well, it started to sound like Sahanine, and then started cackling at me and telling me to accept my doom.
Submit.
Do we all hear that?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck you!
Submit to me.
No.
No?
And once again, you hear movement in the walls around you.
I mean, are we all in agreement here? We're not going to submit to some weird, strange snake thing? Like,
As
guys?
long as I can swing my axe.
well, that's a long time. So you're in it to win it. Bamir? Fight the power? Resist?
Yeah, Bamir's still singing, but he nods.
Leif?
Just kind of going in circles.
So let's not go in circles anymore.
Okay. Leif just sits down with the staff kind of like up on his shoulder.
To be clear, this is the same room that was the fully lit room from before with the circle on the floor?
Mm-hmm.
Same circle on the floor, just less lit.
What is the floor made out of? Like, what does it look like?
Give me an investigation check.
Uh, 13.
Anybody else?
Sure,
look.
I'll make the check.
Nope.
I have an 18.
I'll take a nat 20.
I got a 9.
As you all start to investigate the room, kind of Ashin, you kind of start to feel the floor. And the floor, when you walk on it, feels like stone. But when you reach down to touch it, it gives in a very odd way. Vamir, you kind of walk up to one of the walls and you start to do the same thing. You kind of reach out to touch the wall and you expect to feel like a cold stone, but it feels an odd smooth to you. It just doesn't fit your brain. Asteria, kind of in a similar way, you're looking around and you start to see a pattern in the stone in the wall that is not natural at all. And Gotiruk, as you are seeing all of them react to the world around them, you focus on the 2 tunnels that still have sconces lit. And as you focus on the tunnels and you try to ascertain what you can about this room, you see that the sconces themselves begin to rotate. And they begin to move, and they begin to articulate. And you realize that after looking at them good and hard, that those are not sconces. Those are brilliant yellow and orange eyes. Out of the tunnel of darkness stretches a face, and as it does, the fire comes with it. And while everyone else is examining the room, you can see the giant head of a serpent, twice as big as what you saw before in the room, come before you and begin to open its mouth and slide in your direction.
Roar, cry, and get ready to swing my axe at that thing. Just gonna roar as loud as I can and run toward it.
What?
With my axe out.
As you roar, what does everyone else do?
Look and see what the fuck's going on. Why is he yelling?
Ashin, as you hear him yelling, you look down again at your hand as you're trying to get up, and you realize that the floor are actually snake scales, and it begins to move. Similarly, Bamir, the wall begins to rotate as it feels like it's a coil. And Asteria, as you were kind of taking all of this in, you see the room that you are standing in is not actually a room, and you are wrapped around and standing on top of the body of a giant snake. The roof itself begins to move as if you are in the ginormous coil of some type of snake. And again, Gotiruk, this just comes at you.
I want to meet it halfway. Who wants me? They can have me and my axe.
Roll to hit.
I'm gonna reckless that actually, because he's throwing everything he can, and I'm so glad that I did.
Gotiruk, as this thing gets closer and closer, the fangs extending down as tall as you are, you reach forward with your axe and you swing upward, trying to get the roof of this thing's mouth. Your blade sinks deep, and the creature cries out, wounded. The entire room morphs and distorts, and in its rage, it doubles back and clamps over your entire body. And you can't see, and you can't move. And everything goes black and stops. Gotiruk, all you can hear is the sound of screaming. Screaming, telling you to wake the up. And as you slowly open your eyes, you're back on the steps in the room in Nomengard, with Ashin standing over you, slapping your face, telling you to get the up.
I'll slap him back and yell, because that was terrifying.
Is he awake? I can't hold this back forever.
Yeah, he's awake. I'm gonna pull you up,
I'm
and
still
then I'll.
shaking and thinking that I'm going to have to fight whatever it is grabbing me, which just happens to be Ashin.
Gotiruk, you're bleeding from the head. And as you stand up, you clearly can see the rest of the party. You hear the screams of gnomes. And you have no idea what just happened. But you all just survived Gotiruk's nightmare.
So Gotiruk doesn't like snakes.
Let's go.
If he didn't mind it before, he does now.
Snakes are
Happy
pesky and get
Halloween,
in your bedroll.
everybody.
I mean,
Have you ever slid into a bedroll and had to add a little rattlesnake in there with you?
you don't like dragons, so I mean, it kind of makes
Lizards.
sense.
I mean,
Serpents. No.
I've
Gotiruk is now the only person that even knows an inkling about Asteria's past. And it was in his nightmare. So
Well, he didn't ever hear what was
You could
inside your
hear-
head.
no, you could hear what she was saying though.
I thought he was in his own little land.
He was perceiving everything in that nightmare.
Okay, so he heard all the voices.
He didn't
now.
hear all the voices per se. Those are still for you guys, but he did hear the responses and see your reactions to things.
Okay.
And those are all pieced from things that he has learned about you over time.
Yeah.
you got to hear me be sassy to myself.
Mm-hmm. So did you guys have fun?
Yes.
Yeah. But
Whoop,
actually,
whoop.
that helps me a lot. That helps me with something else I was planning for Gotiruk.
Snakeskin boots.
No. Knight knows what it is.
I do know what it is.
Look forward to it.
It's good. But anyway, that has been this week's session of Dungeon Nytes. Once again, if you're catching us on the YouTubes, please make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification icon so that you can come hang out with us again whenever we do the fun stuff and things. And we will catch you next time.